My name is Tyler. I am Formant from Canada. I lived in Calgary for a very long time. I moved there because Calgary is one of Canada's leading hubs for drum and bass music. Is the community there, the local promoters spend a lot of money and energy on promoting and doing work on drum and bass, and I thought that was super cool. But unfortunately, a lot of issues came with that. Those are some of the things we're going to be discussing here today. But if you want to, you can go check out my page. Here I am. Now, further introduction and why this is relevant. So I have been, as a music producer, I have been focusing specifically on drum and bass since the beginning of my career. This is one of the first things I've written. I made that in Reason. I made that. It says 13 years ago. Feels a lot longer ago, but time is time. What I do remember though is that 2 years later I wrote this track, and then they just kept on coming. The idea is not too it's hard. It's hard for you to come up with a good mix and stuff when you don't know what you're doing. Way back when. It's been a long struggle. A very long struggle, but I feel I've come a long way as we've gone from making stuff like that to coming up to stuff like this now, where it's very cinematic in nature, and this track in particular actually very cool. I had this the sample that I had been working with, and I had edited it a very long time ago, probably 9-10 years ago, and I just couldn't figure out the best way to throw it into a track. And here I am finally, however many years later, finally doing it. I just didn't have the skills necessary to make as cool of a thing that it needed to be. But yeah, long time anyways, making all this drum and bass. So the reason why me making music and drum and bass music in particular is super relevant is because my work gets stolen from me all the time, and in the world of drum and bass, you can't just and just the world of music and DJing in general, when you have a record or whatever, it's that's it, you've got the song. Right? There's, unless you go ahead and do the work of creating the artwork, going to the distribution people and just getting the mastering, just doing the work anyways. Unless you're doing anything with it, it's just gonna be a WAV file into the wind, and people can rename it. You could the person who wrote a song could die, and then someone could just rename the file and be oh, I wrote that, and then it could become super popular, and no one would ever know, who would know? You just all they know is that you are the current master holder of that file and stuff, right? So of course you're the person, you're the only one that knows about it. So why I have this guy's pictures here in particular, and why I'm discussing that, I've got a story for you guys. So this dude and I moved to Calgary a long time ago. I lived on the streets, I did a lot of dumb stuff to ensure that I would build up into the Calgary community for the sake of drum and bass music, and to get ahead in life, because I knew that I had it's not the best, but at least I could get some sort of some level of recognition for work I do, by by working with people that I thought were large and trustworthy and that would help you out. But it all is like besides the case. So this guy here, Mark Instinct, like after a while and like us like seeing each other at parties and seeing each other's music and stuff on the internet there, passing stuff back and forth. Like he offered me to come over to his place one day, and that like I don't know, man. It's hard to say if I should have or not have, like, still, but it's nice to know like how these people think, I guess. So we're working together, and all of the music that this guy showed me this day, besides like these dubstep and like other just the things that he normally is known for, right? He showed me a bunch of these like drum and bass projects that were just not his, like he like anything that this guy does in my genre of music, whatever, like all of the project files, at least that he showed me back then, are not his, like not, at least not 100% anyways. He had a large variety of these projects and stuff that were sniped basically from other artists, and I guess like we were also building up like a couple things of something he could snipe for me, I feel now as well. It's kind of just like how it's all looking these days, right? And if you thought I was just like making random claims and stuff, I got some evidence, and oh my god, it's irritating like how much actual evidence I have. Like I've been waiting for a very long time to like have like any level of like support from this dude shine my way, so I could feel the want or the need to work, with the guy again. But he's just done everything he can to show me he's a shady person, point in case being the messages, because like he knows who I am, right? I've always respected you, though, man. Don't ever get twisted. Like he says these things on paper, and like he called me in the past, Like I don't believe in any of the things that this guy says to me these days, Like not a word. As like he's held on to like information and stuff to me, from me for a long time. So he called me about 5 years ago on Facebook, like with my old Facebook account. My old Facebook account was deleted. Like I don't know exactly what happened. I've been trying to get it back. It just got deleted. I think I called someone a name on a comment, and that was it. But anyways, though, so he called me, I remember, and we were talking about all the new drum and bass music I had been making. And then he reminded me of the tracks that him and I had been working on, which is one of these ones right here. This one called "Turn It Up," and this track in particular, "Turn It Up." He gave me this project file like 7-8 years ago, I think. Some time ago, anyways. And he like it was there was not much. Like it was just like a pad, the bass sound. And then like that little riser sound, but that riser sound I think I made because I reversed it, and then of course like the vocals, right? Like so like there was all of that, like the pieces were there, but the way it was originally arranged, and then like the it just wasn't good, it wasn't good. He gave it to me, I turned it into this, like he obviously liked it. Because he went and he got his friend Arsenic here to mix and master it, and so in that phone call that like 5 years ago, Mark reminded me of that song "Turn It Up," and he told me he got it actually mixed and mastered by his friend Arsenic, and then he showed me the link, where I couldn't download the track actually, and he showed me the link, and it was on this guy's account, So this guy unfortunately knows and has he's at least uploaded the song himself, and I've seen it, I didn't screenshot it like I should have, I guess, I didn't really think I had to do this, But I at least have like some some correspondence from Arsenic, because like he knows what I'm talking about. So a year ago, I finally messaged him. I finally summed up the courage to message him, and I asked him about it. He told me that you guys had the masters. I was wondering, and I asked him if I could have a copies of it. He told me they've been slackers on it, but soon enough. But I know it's finished. Like the guy has it. Mark showed it to me. Mark even told me that he's been playing it out, and people are responding super well. Which is very upsetting. Because like that should be me. Going around DJing and playing that song out, not Mark, right? Like I'm the one that made it, And I'm sure like I understand like there's more than just like the one or two tracks of mine that get him to where he's at, But he doesn't like when it comes to the drum and bass, not really actually. He's got the one track, I'm not gonna play it because he might they might snipe for copyright or whatever. But that one on the Dub Rebellion, and like it's good actually. Like I'm not hating on like the quality of that, But like from what I understand and like where he gets things and shit, like I don't know if he even made it, man. Like I just don't believe it, Like I swear he probably took it from someone, and then he just like waited something out, and now he's just like playing it off as his. I'm saying from experience and from what he's shown me, this is just what he does. He has a giant tower MacBook Pro, whatever, filled to the brim with a bunch of projects that just aren't his. Which is very sad. Very sad. Why I consider that sad is like, so I've got all of this, like every one of these things you see, they're all at least like 80 hours of work. I would say sometimes maybe 40 sometimes, but a lot of the time like these things are projects that are worked on for like very long hours, for weeks at a time, much work, lots of effort. Now, I'd like to go over some of the key things that Mark and I had discussed, I guess, when we were hanging out. Number one was again, yeah, it was just a very long session of like him showing me there was like at least like 10 different project files that were like collaborations he says, with other people, which is like what he was doing with me. Like he was building another one of his like brain drain project collection schemes, with me. But yeah, it was just a long day of like him showing me like all these projects and stuff, and like and then like sounds he'd get from like bigger artists and whatever, like there's all of that, and the things we were discussing, because I'm Native American, and like in Canada, like we have a long-standing oppression with just like society in general. Unfortunately, it's very irritating. Like we can't do anything confidently. It's very frustrating. Like all you have to do is like say you are who you are and you're from where you're from, and the average Canadian will just like get up and tell you to sit down, or tell you who cares and stuff, and very sad, but that's why I do introduce who I am and stuff nowadays. And where I'm from, but why that's important here is because so we're hanging out and stuff, and like I was discussing some of like my TV ideas, like just like half baked sitcom ideas of like having like an indigenous like sitcom or whatever, and he got really mad. Like I just like I saw this, like I saw the glint in the back of his eye, like he got super upset, and he's like, why does it have to be native? Why does it have to be a native? Why does it have to be a native like sitcom? And I was like, whoa, dude, why are you getting so aggressive here all of a sudden about like so I dropped it right away, because I'm apparently with some like famous DJ or whatever, but like I don't like that's who I was back in the day. Like I would take stuff like that, like I accepted that for some reason as a normal thing, like I let that happen to me. I gotta add one more quick little tidbit about Mark and like what he's done with those tracks and So that track, yeah, turn it up. Like, there's a couple things, like it was like 3 instances I remember when he was on this like tour of his, where this track and me got like brought up, and like it got progressively more like directive and like angry, and then he just stopped messaging me all of a sudden. But the first incident was he was in Winnipeg and he was playing the track at the Pyramid Cabaret downtown in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and he showed me a video of of the packed dance floor of and like I noticed people that I knew in the video, like I saw like them all dancing. And I was like, wow, that's cool. But so he kind of took that from me. That's one thing. And then there was incident number 2, where he which kind of like turned into a 2-parter. He ass-dialed me as he was in Nova Scotia, I believe, and he was, and then like messaging me like saying like things were weird, and then like he later on told me like he was like on acid and like he met Sam the Caveman from like Trailer Park Boys, and like he was like in the bush and like he got like picked up in a limousine or something. I don't know, man. It was really weird, but like that happened. And like I believe he was talking about playing Turn It Up at like some party in the bush over there. And then incident number 3, which is like where it got really weird and pretty kind of bipolar, to be honest, is all the interactions after that were very strange. He started like he was with people and he was asking me to take one of the tracks that we're working on. And he was asking, I'm pretty sure it was Turn It Up, and like he was just like asking me to like edit out parts, and like I get it, cause like it's too long, it's very long, and that's why it doesn't work. And like I decided to not work on it because like I was watching him like go on this tour, and like I hadn't heard anyone give me a thumbs up. No one did anything for me, No one said anything cool about me. It was just Mark Instinct, drum and bass legend or whatever in Canada. But I'm gonna load that up and I'm gonna ramble on about this a bit more. But the third one, that third interaction, he was with people and he was like basically like demanding me like some like crazy manager or something to like chop certain parts out, and saying it didn't sound good like this and sound good like that. Then I asked him pretty passive aggressively, well, why don't you do it, man? You're the one on tour, and he got pretty mad, I guess. Like he's supposed to be the big DJ, like I don't understand. He's like demanding I do all these edits for him for a track, like on the fly, so that happened, and like I kind of called him out there, and then like he's like, oh, whatever, man, and then they just like went off, and I hadn't heard from him for weeks after that point, like a very long time. So there that happened, and then we had like a weird discussion about I don't know, like they were just like weird shooting the shit kind of like conversations that I felt were really strange, like checking up on you, but nothing about music or nothing, and it was really weird, like he's just like trying to show me that he's his friend, that he's my friend or something. Which I just find all that to be very strange. Anyway, as you see in like this Power Moves track, like he was trying to like ask me to like cut out like sections, and like sure, like I get it, but like he could have done the same thing, lots of things that he could have done, and that's what I did. I asked him, well, like you're the big DJ on tour, why don't you do it yourself? And then he got, that was that. But I'm just trying to like paint the picture here as to like who we're dealing with when it comes to this sort of stuff. And now this isn't this isn't an isolated incident either. Like it's very sad like having to go about doing this little Facebook expose thing. It's very sad. So we have another one here. It's a girl DJ this time too. Actually, it's a team now. Here, we'll start with Philthy Devin, and then who's here on YouTube, and we'll tag him in the video actually in the feature once we put it up. But we got Filthy City here, who is Calgary, Philthy City B&B. I made a comment, but like they not taking it probably. But yeah, these guys, anyways. So this and the guy who runs this account, his name's Devin. This dude, erratic, he likes to call himself. We'll get into that a little more in a second. And then there's Crystal Fresh used to they don't work together anymore. But this guy and this girl, unfortunately, like going around like raising the hopes of like poor little fat people like me, who want to just get kind of ahead and at least like play a couple gigs in their life, right? Her in particular is a real funny case. Like she actually goes around and tells people that that if they start giving her like your tracks and stuff, whatever, if you give her all of these dubs and whatever, she'll reward you with a trip to Costa Rica with all of her friends and let you meet like famous DJs and stuff. And like a few years, like 10 years ago, I believed it like many others, and like I'm not the only one who's heard that story. I have now confirmed from a couple other DJs, I actually thought it was like the Bahamas or something, and then someone corrected me. It was like, actually it's Costa Rica, and I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, see, so I'm not the only one, but like she goes around like promising people like some crazy fucking like DJ life or whatever for giving her all of your best work, and then nothing ever comes of it. And then 6 months later she has the audacity to ask you for more music, which is worse than what Mark does actually, and like I stopped talking to her a very long time ago because of that shit, because like it was just so obvious, and like I get it, like look at me, like who does want me on stage at like Costa Rica? So like I'm a big fat brown guy, like I get it, like I'm not here arguing, man. Like I totally understand why these people don't want me playing out and stuff. I get it. Now, a couple more things about these people as I summarize and try to give this whole thing a little bit of a closure and stuff. It's really funny because like when I moved to Calgary, I was homeless. Like I was living at the what they refer to as the drop-in center, and another place called the Mustard Seed, which I'll tag I'll put up the websites for both of those locations. And you can go to the Reddits and stuff for Calgary and go read the horror stories of what it means to live inside the Mustard Seed or the drop-in center, and you can see what I was dealing with, and then compare it to the behavior of the people like this, and how they treated me then versus how they treated me later on in life. So I remember this guy at a house party, Mr. Erratic. Like when I first moved to Calgary, some guy was trying to introduce me to him, and he was at a fire pit, and this guy, I guess he already knew who I was, man. I don't know, someone showed him, he looked me up. I don't really know. I don't care. But there was already some animosity and hate and resentment towards me. As you could clearly see, the guy would not give me any eye contact whatsoever. I'm trying real hard to be like, yo, buddy, what's going on? And he's just staring at a fire, real upset with a drink in his hand. And then finally, when I turn my back or whatever, he starts freaking out and stuff like that. I can see to the owner of the house, who is I think the guy's name is Johnny. I can go find the guy's Facebook actually. Yeah, whatever, man. Who cares about that guy? But anyways, so and I heard him, he was mad, he's get that guy out of here, I don't want to see his face, he was mad, he was very upset, couldn't really understand why. I was just there to find my friend for 5 minutes, and then I was leaving, and the guy came up and he told me I had to leave, and I could see the guy was not very confident, so, and I'm I hate having to do that, so I was I just puffed my chest a little bit, dude, I'm here for 5 minutes, get out of my face, and then I'm gone, and he clearly saw I was being serious, so he we all backed off, and that was that. But the fact remains though that this dude went out of his way, to have me aggressively thrown out of some house party with some guy some guy who clearly had like generalized anxiety or whatever. Unfortunately, it's very sad. Very sad life. But anyways, that was the thing. So the state of this video has already gotten pretty long, but like I hope the point's pretty clear. And like I'm doing it all on the main page here to like this is what it means to be Formant apparently. Like you gotta do everything yourself. Like you gotta stop like trying to like anytime I have tried to collaborate with someone, they have just stolen the work. When it comes to a label, when it comes to just people in general, like other artists, if people actually know who I am, like if anyone actually knew me back in the day, like when I was playing like on Stickam and stuff, whatever, and just doing a bunch of like other weird DJing, like I went by this name actually, and I still am the original like holder of the like you go here soundcloud.com/skepsis, and that's me. Skepsis Media is what I've changed it to. I only got the 2 followers. Very sad life. But this guy, like maybe like 3 or 4 years later, after like I was doing the whole Skepsis drum and bass thing and stuff, whatever, he started like writing drum and bass music, and it's horrible, man. Like it's garbage. Pretty bad, but people like their jump up, I guess, in the UK, so whatever. But that was the thing, and like I even have like a correspondence with this guy, But like when it comes to like names and music and like the industry and stuff, you got to be real careful. You have to do everything yourself. Like now I do all the work myself, right? Like I do my distribution with like I don't need to do anymore. I do my distribution. Oh yeah, with SoundCloud and Lander. Like I have like not a whole lot, like I'm doing the best I can. But like unless you're doing this stuff like yourself, like on your own, like this is like all of the music that I've had playing for 30 minutes in this video is my music. Like I wrote it, like anything I do now is always gonna be me. So. Because like what else am I supposed to do, right? Like I have to start claiming ownership of what is mine, Like you write something and like you put it out there, like you don't just like especially like if anyone else is dealing with like something even kind of similar, like if you have music that like you've been sharing with people and they're telling you to wait or whatever, or they're saying, oh, don't release that, I've been told that so many times in the past like 15, 16, 17 years, like people like aggressively saying I should never release like this because it sounds too much like that, whatever, or like it'll make so and so angry or something, some like weird political thing. I'm like, oh, I don't want to upset that person, but like why does it, like if something you write or whatever can like actually inspire like some emotional like response or whatever from some person, in that way, then like whether it's positive or negative, like you're doing art in the right way, like you're creating like some sort of emotional response that people cannot contain, like their inner, it exposes their inner character even, which is weird, like how can like a song with no words, like there's no, like, well, except for the ones that Mark and I worked on, like there's some words in that, but for the most part, like all of my music is like, there's no words, it's just dance music, right? So I'm gonna summarize with that, but all those guys that I've shown, I'm gonna link everyone, and we're gonna do our best to show this around as best I can, but it's just real sad, that I have to go about doing this and to get some like type of like response or recognition, like the guy has gone and blocked and deleted, and he thinks this is over, but like it's far from over. Like this is just getting started. All of the DJs that I have met across the country who have wronged me in this way, and like there's not many, like there's like 6 of you guys, but like but those 6 people got a lot of friends, and these friends or whatever are very mouthy, you know, and I don't have friends like that. Like I have to be mouthy myself, you know. So here I am, you know, pleading my case, you know, trying to get the word out there. But this is the state of drum and bass in Canada, and like I just want people to like, you know, if you are writing music and you think that you are doing something cool, don't wait on someone else to like, you know, show, because drum and bass is very small. Like there's like fucking like 8 people in the country, 12 people in the country that like know, you know, Andy C and the guys at Ram and stuff or whatever, you know, or like Jade and stuff, you know, with Brain, you know. There's and these guys, like, they're all friends or whatever, right? Because like they offer, you know, to like do the gigs and stuff, you know, and like go, I'll pay you $8,000 or whatever to come over here, you know. We're friends, we're business partners. Why would you listen to that guy, you know? And like that's understandable. I get it, you know. But like when we're at this point in like the future where I am able to create my own stage here, and I can just talk about you guys doing like the garbage that you do, it's, you know, it's the future, man. I don't know why it's real hard for me to summarize always, but yeah, I don't know, man. That's all I really gotta say. Like there's lots of people out there who like pretend that they're trying to help you in the music industry, and like when you get those fake like reach outs or whatever from people that you respect in the industry, and then they go about just like using you for, you know, like squeezing every little ounce of like creativity out of you, like you're some weird, you know, artistic tube of toothpaste or whatever. It's kind of upsetting. But that's why I'm discussing it, you know. But yeah, go check out those people, you know. Give them a wave, you know. Like ask them why I'm doing this, and like that would, you know, help me out quite a bit. This is the state of, you know, drum and bass in Canada. Please don't let it happen to yourself. Like, it's the future, man. You don't need to listen to so and so to get your music released or whatever. You just release it and you hope for the best. That's the best you can do, man. Actually, since the song's not over, and this is what I see the other YouTuber people doing when they're doing, like, you know, expose series. Like, I'm not really trying to go hard on the editing, obviously. I'm just kind of rambling on a webcam. But so I got a couple things that I'd like to go over and show. Pretty funny. I previously had a video in the past that had a bunch of weird racist people like just like harassing me for days, and like at first I was like kind of like scared. Like I thought these people were gonna hurt me, you know. And so it kind of went a whole other way. But it all started with this group here, because like some guy cut my mom off. Like I'm crippled, like I'm handicapped now. Like I have like a cane, you know, like I can't really walk on the one leg, you know, like my life sucks now. Like I'm kind of like stuck here in this chair, unfortunately. It's all I can really do. But this Jesus-looking guy cut me off. His name's Christian, and we're gonna do like a long video on it, like in the future. But this is kind of just like a coming, or it's a preview anyways of what's to come. There's this guy too, this man who's been like threatening me. I'm pretty sure he's a drug dealer. Yeah. But this guy's been like threatening me over the internet for like the past like 6 months, you know, and like we're gonna kind of like go over him, this Christian guy. I don't know if you saw my messages, but like there's this dude who is Christian's brother, who's like kissing me, trying to give me kissy faces and stuff, you know. Like there's just like lots of weird stuff that, you know, all over like me kind of just like making a post of the guy cutting my mom off in a Tim Hortons, whatever, when we were like waiting there for 10 minutes, you know. This is kind of like I just wanted to like make light of it, you know. I thought it was kind of funny. And apparently making a joke about some guy cutting you off or whatever, like it just deserves all of this hate from all these people. Like here, let me. Like, I just gotta find, like, before I go. Yeah, that post that I made. like it's like the most social media activity I've ever gotten. Like, you know, like the other post I made about Jesse Rubin, like the pedophile guy, who we're gonna be talking about in that video as well. But like I've made quite a few posts, you know, in this group, and like like you know, it always inspires a bunch of hate from like anonymous people who just want to, you know, make fun of me because I'm native, right? Yeah, which is pretty ridiculous. See, like this guy here calling me mentally disturbed, you know, calling me an alcoholic because I'm native, you know, and all of that like coincides with just the general behavior from the people in this group. You know, like they're all over the place, and like all I have to do is like make a comment about like, you know, you know, something positive that happened in the news about Native people, and like these people will attack you like 300 comments strong, like calling you a crazy Native person and stuff, and like how you're a dumb alcoholic, you know. But in the future we'll be discussing that. I'm kind of tired today, but it's for the future. You know, stay tuned. Lots to talk about.
These guys all take my seriously.